Okay. So in week 1, okay, let's recap, yeah. So in week 1, we actually did the introduction to research, where you actually learn about why are we doing research, what are the main reasons we are doing research. Remember the 3 main reasons? It is to understand a problem further, okay? It is to find a solution to the problem, and also to fill in gaps in the knowledge, something that we don't know, so we want to find out now, okay? Then there's something that we already know, but we want to understand more about it. And another one is, we know the problem now, we understand it, we want to find a problem. So the 3 main reasons why we do research. And what is research? Is a systematic approach to do these 3 things, okay? It's very systematic, all right? It follows a standardized format of introduction, literature review, methodology, findings, and conclusion. It follows this format. So that's why there are 5 chapters. Introduction, literature introduction, we introduce, we write whatever we want to write about the topic that we are going to write about. The literature review, we review some past studies. Okay, the methodology, we describe and report how we have collected data. And the chapter 4 findings, we actually present our results and findings. And chapter 5, we summarize and we conclude. Okay, so that 5 chapters, these are the steps of research, and this one I've also taught you in introduction to research. Okay, then after that we have learned about topic selection. Okay, remember I told you writing a research paper is like cooking. We need to plan what to write. So you have already planned what to write, okay, and I've already planned what I want to cook. So then in the last class last week, you actually went and shop for your ingredients. I shop for my ingredients in the market. You shop for your ingredients on Google Scholar. Okay, you shop for your ingredients on Google Scholar. So after that, we all bought our ingredients, and you bought your ingredients. You didn't buy, you found your ingredients. Okay, we call it resources. Okay, in research paper writing, we call it resources. That means we find resources where we can use to write our research paper, because research paper writing is not like essay writing. It's all based on our ideas, opinions, and thoughts. It must be based on other people's ideas, thoughts, opinions, and information. So it must be an expert's opinion, thoughts, and information, and then we are just merely reporting it and then analyzing it, summarizing their opinions, and then reporting and analyzing it. What does it mean? What does it show? And how it relates back to our topic. So this is research writing. Okay, then after that, you found your resources, I found my ingredients. I prep my ingredients by washing the chicken, cutting the pieces that I need, washing the vegetables, washing the rice, and then cooking the rice before I can start cooking. So what you did was you extracted the important information, correct? The 3 important information, which is the purpose, the methodology, and the findings. Okay, why do we want to extract these 3 things from our journal articles? Because when we want to conduct a research, okay, we want to conduct a research, we need to have a purpose why we are conducting a research. So that's why it's important. It's like the thesis statement of a journal article. Then next is methodology, how you collected data, okay, to actually answer your research questions or to actually fulfill the purpose of your research paper, how you collected data. And then finally, what was your findings or results? Okay, so that's why 1, 2, 3, they are very important. Purpose, methodology, and findings. This is how you prep your resources. How I prep my ingredients, I wash, I cut, I dice, so on and so forth. Okay, so this is what I do. Okay, so now you are done with your chapter, your week 1 last week. You prep the ingredients, you found a topic, you plan what you wanted to write. Okay, so week 2, you actually started writing your introduction, which is chapter 1. And I hope everyone is done with chapter 1 already. But if you're not done, you can still finish it up today, all right? And then today I will also teach you how to do chapter 2, okay? So under chapter 1, where's chapter 1? So, okay, Michael. Okay, so under chapter 1, okay, so under chapter 1, it is the introduction. We have the background of the study, okay, to just briefly tell our readers what is our topic about, okay, allow them and enable them to have a brief overview of our topic, okay. Then we go to problem statement. Why is it important that we do this research? What is the main point why we want to do a research about impacts of stress on academic performance? Because stress is very prevalent in today's day and age, okay, and that's why we want to actually study and understand it better. And then you must end with the aim of your research. This is the thesis statement of your paper. This is the aim of the research. This is very important. Okay, then after that you go on significance of the study, where you describe what this research means to you personally, and who will benefit from this research and how they will benefit from it. And finally, you come up with the 2 research questions where I've already standardized and you just have to follow. Okay, so all of us are going to study 2 things: relationship and impacts. Okay, so do not have any other research question that is different from this. Yeah, it must follow this format and it must look like this. Okay. Okay, then we are done with introduction chapter 2. So today we are going to go into literature review. Okay, so what is literature review? Okay, if you can see literature review here, okay, literature review here, you will realize that literature review is actually a review of past studies. Okay, what other people have done. Okay, what is literature and what does it achieve? It is assessing past studies, previous and current past studies on our topic that we are doing. We are trying to look into, to study, to understand past research. What past researchers have found out about our topic. We want to review the past. We want to review past studies, what people have, other researchers have found out about our topic. Okay, so a literature review, it actually provides an overview of all the ideas, theories, and also past and current research that was published on the topic that we are doing. Okay, so publisher, note that the word publish. So I just want to go through again with you. I know some of you have forgotten. For your literature review, you can only use published journal articles. Remember, I taught you how to differentiate between research papers and journal articles. This is a research paper. Okay, the research paper is a research that any Tom, Dick, and Harry, me and you can just write in this format. Okay, this is a research paper. It is not published. That means there's no one that published your paper for the public. What we can do is just to put on the internet and show people and allow people to read it. Okay, people who actually publish their paper, they get to sell their paper. They get to earn an income. Okay, but if you are just writing a research and it's not published, you don't get to earn an income. But if you publish your paper, you actually can sell your papers to the public. Okay, that is the main difference. And journal articles, they look like this. Okay, they will show you where it was published, Health Psychology Open, when it was published, 2015, page number, volume number, and it will look like this. It will start with the title, it will start with the name, it will start with abstract, introduction. But if you look at research paper, it has a rather more detailed format, like, you know, like this. Okay, so journal articles are the most credible source that we can use because they are published, meaning to say they have gone through a very strict vetting process where the publisher chooses what he wants to, chooses the best paper to publish on his or her journal. Okay, so the journal is like Health Psychology Open. It's like the Star newspaper. Okay, I choose articles to publish. So Health Psychology is like a platform, okay, where they publish good journal articles related to psychology. Okay, so this is a journal article, and this is what you must find for your literature review. Okay, Literature review only use journal articles, not research papers like this. Okay, these are not published, therefore they are not so credible. Okay, you need to find credible sources like this. And you need to find empirical paper. Sometimes it doesn't tell you in what is that this paper is empirical paper. You need to go and check yourself. So I've also taught you before empirical and conceptual paper. Okay, empirical paper where there is a method. That means the researcher actually went out to collect data. Okay, it's a real research. Conceptual paper is a library research. Conceptual paper is another form of literature review where the researcher merely review all the past studies and analyze and summarize, analyze, synthesize into one single research paper. We call that conceptual paper. Conceptual papers will not have methodology findings and these two main things. So make sure you only find empirical papers that are published. Research papers that are published, we call them journal articles. They look like this. These are journal articles. Okay, these are journal articles, right? So we only look for journal articles, empirical paper. Okay, so it must be published. It cannot be a research paper. Research papers are unpublished. So make sure. Okay. Next, when we are writing the literature review, you are not only summarizing prior research. You must critically review the research related to your topic and present your own perspective on the research in your field. So, writing the literature review is summarizing. You can see here at the comment section, I'm writing summarizing plus analyzing. We call it synthesizing. This is what we are doing. We are summarizing plus analyzing. We are synthesizing. So how do we do that? Let me show you. Okay. This is a literature review. Okay. A literature review is about 5 to 6 pages, 4 to 5 pages for your level. Okay. So if you can see under literature review, this is a big umbrella. Under literature review, there should be about 4 to 5 subtopics. 4 subtopics minimum. 4 subtopics minimum are right here. Okay. And it will have 4 subtopics, and then let me show you and then current study. 4 subtopics plus 1 current study. 4 subtopics is minimum. This girl has 5. All right, you can write 5. It's up to you. Okay, but I need 4 minimum. And the subtopics must be able to answer your research questions, which is relationship and impacts of IV on DV. Okay, remember, your subtopics must be able to answer your 2 research questions, relationship and impacts. Okay, so whatever that you write in your literature review must be able to answer your research questions. This is very important because the subtopics, if you can see, it is about educational stress, it's about social stress, it's about financial stress, it's about family stress, time constraint stress. Okay, all these subtopics, right, will build the basis of your survey questionnaire. See, this is the questions of the survey that she has distributed. Can you see it's about educational stress, social stress, financial stress, family stress, and time constraint stress. So the literature review will actually build the foundation for you to formulate your survey questionnaire, which will eventually answer your research questions. Okay, that is why the literature review is very important. Okay, it builds the basis and it is the heart of it builds the basis for you to formulate your survey questionnaire, and it is also the heart of your research paper. If your literature review is not good, it will not be able to build a good foundation to formulate your survey questionnaire, and because of this, it will not be able to answer your research questions. Then your research paper will be gg.com, okay, so to speak. Right, so this is how you are supposed to write your literature review. Okay, let me just show you 4 subtopics minimum. She has 5. So Remember, I told you just now, you must synthesize. So how do you synthesize? Okay. Remember in week 1, last class, I taught you how to prepare how to extract important information. Just now I said it again, the purpose, the methodology, and the findings. Okay, so you find journal articles, okay, at least 1 to 2 journal articles for each subtopic, okay? So 1 to 2 journal articles for each subtopic. If you have 2, it is better. If you have 1, it's fine as well. So try to have 1 or 2 subtopics where you have 2, so that you know how to write in that manner where you can compare and contrast 2 journal articles, okay? So the first paragraph, one paragraph, you allocate 1 paragraph for each journal article, okay? So now you summarize first. This is 1 journal article by Sohail et al. Et al means there are more than 1 author, okay, 2020. Okay, the research was conducted to assess the effects of pre-exam stress. This is the purpose. Okay, so the methodology is a total of 2 to 5 students was involved in the research. They were asked to do an online survey questionnaire. Okay, and then can you see there's the findings? Okay, so now you have summarized the journal article. You took out the purpose, the methodology, and the findings. Now you need to just analyze. Okay, so this is the second research journal article, Alam and Hadler 2018. Okay, the purpose of the study. Okay, the participants, which is the methodology, then the results, and finally an analysis. Okay, so every journal article you write in 1 single paragraph. Okay, if you have 2, then you write in 2. Then after that, the last sentence, you conclude by telling what does this mean. Okay, then after that, after you have summarized the 2 journal articles, okay, you analyze them. What does the above studies mean? What does this mean? Okay, and what does this show? Okay, so this is how you synthesize and do your subtopics. Okay, you find journal articles, okay, and then you take out the 3 main important things: the purpose, the methodology, and the findings. Okay, then you put it in. Okay, have concluding sentence and then analysis. This is how you synthesize. Okay, do the same for every subtopic. Okay, you have the purpose, okay, the methodology, the findings, and then concluding sentence. Same here, Deepika and Prema, the aim, the purpose, okay, respondents required to survey questionnaire, the methodology, and then the findings. The result found out, the researchers found out that social stress, and then concluding sentence, and then analysis. The same for every subtopic, okay? Until the current study. When you reach a current study, what are you supposed to write in the current study? In the current study, you are going to actually write about a summary of everything that you have written above. Okay, a summary of all the past studies. So in accordance to previous studies, it can be concluded that studies is prevalent and multifactorial. So you are summarizing all the past studies that you have reviewed above, and you are going to analyze what it means. Okay, so it is significant the impacts of stress, different stresses we want to study to elevate the stress issue, okay, to solve this problem. So prior research found out blah, 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 blah. Hence, what is your current issue about? Your current research about? So you summarize everything, whatever that you have reviewed above, and then you link it with your current research paper. You link it with your current research paper. This is what you are going to do. So literature review, you review all the past studies, and then you have 4 to 5 subtopics, 1 to 2 journal articles for each subtopic, where you summarize the journal articles and you analyze. And then finally, in the current study, you summarize everything as a whole, and then you link it with your current study. So this is the literature review. Okay, so you need to give credits to the researchers, and you need to highlight your own analysis or contribution. Okay, so how you give credit? You cite. okay, and then you analyze, okay, you give your own analysis, your own contributions. What does it mean? Okay, right? So this is literature review. So may I know if you have any questions? Give me a Y if you understand. Give me a Y, give me a Y. You don't understand, give me an N, and then ask me a question and ask me where you need further explanation and clarification, okay? What are the techniques to provide a good analysis? There's no real techniques. It all depends on how you understand and how well you express your own analysis in that paper. There's no actual techniques involved. It all depends on whether you understand or not. If you understand, you are able to express yourself, then it will be a good analysis. But if you don't even understand what you are reading, how are you going to give a good analysis? So one of the main contributing factor of writing a good paper is that you need to be very knowledgeable. You need to read a lot. Okay, you need to read a lot of journal articles. You need to understand your topic very well. Then you are able to give a very good analysis. But if you don't understand your topic, you will not be able to give a good analysis. This is just the fact. Okay, so when it comes to all these subtopics that you read, that this girl has come out, right? Okay, you actually, when you want to look for your journal articles, you are going to Google something, right, that is related to impacts or relationship. But we do not plan the subtopics first. We need to actually read first. We need to read a lot first, gather our resources, our information, then only we come up with the subtopics. So you must read first, then only you come up with the subtopics. Okay, Jenny, any other questions? Okay, so very important. If you don't even understand your topic, you don't know much, is kotak kosong up there, you cannot analyze. If you are really knowledgeable, you can give very good perspective because you understand your own topic very well. Okay, so this is the catch there. Okay. I will show you a simple video on literature review now. Okay, any questions, you can just continue to put it down there.
In her psychology classes, Katie often heard terms such as review the literature or literature review. At first, she was a little confused by these terms. If she needed to conduct a literature review, did that mean she needed to look at novels with psychology-related topics? Katie soon learned that, in the academic world, the term literature is often used to describe the collected body of scholarly works related to a topic. The literature usually consists of scholarly books or articles published in academic journals. When Katie was told she needed to review the literature, this meant that she needed to find previously published scholarly works that were relevant to her topic. Katie learned that there were several reasons to conduct a literature review. First, looking at previously published sources helped her to gather ideas or information related to her topic. It helped keep her up to date on current trends and major findings related to her interests, and it helped her to develop new research questions. Katie found that she was usually required to include a literature review section whenever she wrote a research paper. In this part of her paper, she would summarize previous research related to her topic and show how this was connected to her own research. Katie also learned that, in some cases, the term literature review is used to refer to a specific type of scholarly paper. In this case, the author does not usually conduct an original research experiment. Instead, the entire purpose of the paper is to summarize and analyze the literature on a topic. To sum up, in the academic world, literature is a term often used to...
Okay, just now they talk about this one here. Okay, this one here. The entire purpose is to summarize and analyze published studies. Can you see? Is to locate and analyze published study that was used. This is not an empirical paper. This is what I was talking about, the conceptual paper. Okay, they are just locating and analyze the journal articles. It's like a literature review. Okay, we call it conceptual paper. Okay, so it's just taking other people's journal articles, okay, summarize and analyze. This is a conceptual paper. We do not want to take this to include it into our literature review chapter 2, okay?
The literature on a topic. To sum up, in the academic world, literature is a term often used to refer to all of the previous scholarly works on the topic. In a research paper, the literature review is the section of the paper where the author summarizes previous research that is relevant to the topic. While research papers usually contain literature reviews, a paper that is only a literature review is not usually considered a research paper.
Okay, so this is just a brief intro of literature review, okay? So let's move on. Okay, so before that, I just want to actually go through, okay? So this week we'll be doing literature review, okay? Next week, you will not come for my MS Team class. You will go for the Zoom class. The librarian will teach you how to look for information and the APA referencing, okay? So next week, you go for the librarian class. I will send you this schedule so that you can go and take a look. You can actually click, sorry. Okay. I've already uploaded before, is it? Okay, so you go for this Zoom ID, Zoom meeting next week. The librarian will teach you how to look for information, okay, journal articles, paid journal articles on Sunway's paid databases. Okay, so if you look at Google Scholar, a lot of it needs to be paid. Okay, so don't worry. Sunway has got a paid. Sunway pays journal articles. They subscribe not pay. They subscribe to those databases so you can access them for free. Okay, so this is happening next week on Wednesday, information search. So if you don't have enough journal articles, okay, don't worry. She will teach you how to look for it in our subscriptions, okay, in our paid databases. And then on Friday, she will teach you how to do the APA referencing style, okay? If you are interested, I've also uploaded the class. This is week 3, APA information search. These are the slides that the librarian will share with you. And the YouTube video, I recorded one of the session last intake, March 2020. Okay, I recorded one of the session for APA and information search. So you can actually refer to it, okay, if you want to. All right. So this is happening next week, yeah. So after it next week, you will continue writing your chapter 2. So by this week, you should be done with your chapter 1 already. So I'm trying to tell you the timeline here, yeah. So this week, you should be done with your chapter 1. Next week, you will do your chapter 2 already. Okay, the whole of next week, you will be doing your chapter 2. When you come back, when I see you again in class in week 4, you will be looking into doing your journal review assignment and at the same time your literature review as well. So literature review, I've allocated 2 weeks, week 3 and 4. Okay, but in week 4, week 3 is purely chapter 2, but week 4, I'll teach you how to do your individual assignment, the journal article review. Okay, and then in week 5, you will present your assignment. your journal article review assignment, and I will teach you how to do your chapter 3, which is methodology. Okay, you will start writing your methodology here. So you will write, and then in week 6, you will present your chapters 1 and 2, your completed chapter 1 and 2 to me. Okay, during week 6, you will present, and I will give you your feedback, how you have done, and what to improve and what you should amend and make it better. Okay, and improve in generally to improve. Okay, so this is in week 6. I'll check your progress of your chapter 1 and 2 in week 6. In week 7, you will show me your survey questionnaire. You'll present to me your survey questionnaire before you distribute it to the to your participants. Okay, before distributing it to your participants, and then at the same time, after, I will also give you feedback about your survey. Okay, then you distribute, you'll collect data, and then you can start analyzing already. In week 7, we will be doing chapter 4 findings. So survey questionnaire in week 7 lesson 1. Then I will teach you how to do your findings chapter 4 in the second class of week 7. So week 7, half of week 7 and week 8, we will be focusing on chapter 4, which is findings. Okay, and then when week 9, when you come back, I will teach you how to do your chapter 5, which is conclusion. Okay, conclusion. All right, so after that, you will present to me your chapter 3 and 4. I'll check your progress for chapters 3 and 4, and then I'll give you a feedback. Okay, so that you can amend your chapters 3 and 4. And then in week 10, you will come back, and I will teach you how to write your abstract, okay, which is a summary of the entire research paper. Okay, and then after that, you will be submitting your research paper already. Okay, then in week 11 and 12, you will be doing your final presentation, and in week 13, you will do your AA preparation. Okay, so this is the timeline. So every week, the timeline is planned in a way that every week you are completing something, so that you are slowly learning and building on familiar building blocks. So your work is actually stretched out over the 10 weeks. Okay, so you need to follow my timeline so that you won't be like lagging behind, or you cannot finish, or you cannot catch up with the class. So you must always finish the work that I asked you to do. So this week you must finish your chapter 1. Okay, so that is what you need to do. Okay, I also want to go through the rubrics with you. Okay, if you look at week 1, right, introduction and research topic selection, you look at appendix A. Okay, you will find the research paper rubrics. Okay, I want to show you how you will be evaluated on. Okay, so the research paper rubrics, okay, it's an assignment brief as well. Okay, what you need to do, what is due, so you can take a look at it here. It's pair, it's not individual. Okay, you need a lot of different sources as well. You need book chapter, it can be ebooks, okay, web article, and also journal articles. This is the minimum. You will need more than that. Okay, so this is a research paper rubrics. I want to talk about this, okay, because I want to show you that your research paper, you will be evaluated on how you write it and not what you write. Okay, so you are just foundation students. The purpose of this subject is for you to learn how to write a research paper. That's it. We are not going to check whether you're an expert in your field or not. Okay, we are just learning the skill of writing an academic paper. That's it. Okay, so let's look at the first criterion, integration of knowledge. Okay, you must demonstrate, you must show me that you fully understand whatever concepts that I've taught you in this course. Like I just taught you how to write your literature review, right? So I want to see that it is reflected in your work. Okay, that you have concluding remarks and you have analysis and you synthesize your ideas. So this is important. This is integration of knowledge. Next is the topics focus. Okay, as long as your topics is approved by me, then I don't think it should be a problem. Okay, there should be a thesis statement. Okay, the thesis statement is in the problem statement there. Okay, so there must be a thesis statement. Okay, depth of discussion. You have clearly explained all section in a very thorough manner. So this is what I want to see when it comes to depth of discussion. Not chinchai bochai, simply one word analysis. There, teacher, I analyze what? No. It must be in-depth elaboration and very thorough clarification. Okay. Next is cohesiveness. So you are going to take different information from different sources. I'm going to write a piece. I want to see that all this information from all these sources are tied together properly and it flows and you understand what you are writing, because I can see it when from your analysis. So you have to analyze what all this means, right? So I can tell whether you understand or not what you are writing or what are you copy and pasting. Okay, so there must be cohesiveness. And then next is spelling and grammar, and then sources. There must be at least 5 current sources. I kept telling that it must be 7 years or more current. Okay, so I want current sources because outdated sources are just outdated. They are no longer relevant to us. But does that mean you cannot use outdated sources? No, you can still use them, but don't use so many of them. Okay, use more of current sources that are related to your topic because they are the most up to date. Okay, next is citation. You must cite all your sources in APA citation style. So next week's library session is very important because you will be evaluated based on that. All right, so this is the research paper rubrics. This is how you will be evaluated. Okay, in week 10 I will go through the research presentations rubrics pula. Okay, but now all you need to know is that your paper is how you write. Okay, the way you write it, not really what you write. Okay, thoughts, your information, and your resources. So the synthesis matrix, I wouldn't call it a chart. I would rather call it a table. Do it on Excel. It's easier. Okay, so the table allows the researcher to sort and categorize different arguments on an issue. So it allows you to categorize your journal articles into different subtopics. So this is an easier way to do it. Okay, I will just I'm going to teach you how to do it. Okay, so you just need to take out the website link because you don't know how to do APA yet, right? So you just take out the website link first. Okay, just copy and paste the website link. Okay, if you can do the journal article. You can write your the author's name, okay, the journal article title, okay, the website, and then take out the 3 main important things which I already told you about: the purpose, the methodology, and the findings. Take out the 3 main things. Okay, for every journal article that you have read that you think is related to your topic, you take out the website link, the journal title, the article title, the author's name, and the 3 main ideas, which is the purpose, methodology, and findings. For every single journal article that you have read and you think is useful for your research, take them out and put them in the synthesis matrix, the literature review synthesis matrix. You don't need to put the subtopic first. Just put them out in the synthesis matrix. Okay, so you and your friend are going to start writing your literature review, right? So 2 of y'all go and read everything that you can that is related to your topic, put them out in the synthesis matrix. Okay, then both of you sit down, brainstorm, and discuss and categorize the journal articles into different subtopics. So you read and see, oh, this is about frequency of cell phone research. Oh, this one also about frequency of cell phone research. So you can just copy and paste and put it under the same subtopics. Okay, so you have another new sheet lah. So you come out, oh, this is subtopic 1. Okay, this is about this is about this. So you put, okay, what's the name of the subtopic? So this synthesis matrix is just to teach you how to, or to allow you to actually organize your journal articles, okay, before you can categorize them into a subtopic. Okay, so this is what you do, right? Same thing. Whatever you have read, just put them out first. Take out the main ideas, the methodology, purpose, the findings, the journals, articles, title, the name of the author, the website. Just put them out and put them, everything. Okay, now you have read this much, you know, you understand your topic further now. Okay, now you go and discuss with your friend. Okay, friend, this is mine. Or friend also say, this is mine. Okay, let's look at what we have. Okay, the first one is about, okay, frequency of cell phone. Or the second one is about stress. Then the third one is about what? Then you categorize them. So the first thing you must do is you need to read a lot of journal articles. After reading them, you need to take out the important information, put them in the synthesis matrix. Then after that, only you categorize them. Okay, so this purpose, methodology, and findings, right? You can find them in the abstract. You don't even need to read the entire paper. But when you start writing your research paper, the ones that you have chosen, you read them now. But for synthesis matrix, you just want to find relevant ones. You can just read the abstract first. Then when you really chose that article to be part of your research paper, then only you go and read the full one now. So you can just read the abstract for now. Okay. All right. So I just want to show you. Okay. So we are at this stage where we are writing literature review. Okay, so you have selected a topic. Now you're going to select your articles and you're going to read your articles and evaluate them. Okay, so I just want to do a brief, quick revision. Okay, research paper is a systematic way of doing three things: filling gaps in the literature, understand the problem further, and also to find solutions to a problem. Okay, two types of research. I already said just now earlier, you only must look for empirical papers where the researcher goes to the sites and collect data such as observations, survey questionnaire, and interviews. Conceptual paper is just an analysis of all the past studies. Okay, so you don't want conceptual paper. You can still use conceptual paper maybe for your background of the study or whatever, but for your literature review, they must be empirical paper. Okay, so three types of research approach: quantitative, where you collect numerical numbers, okay, from survey questionnaire like median, mode, percentage. Then we have qualitative approach where we collect data in form of words like observation, interviews. And then we have the third type, which is mixed method, where we collect numerical and word data. Okay, so these findings are more credible, but they also have more work. So for you, you are doing quantitative research, quantitative approach, where you are just going to distribute survey questionnaire and you're going to analyze numerical data. Okay, so as always, the research paper, right, it will die follow this format. There will be an abstract, which is a short summary of the contents of the article, the introduction, which contain background information on topic, literature review, a review of past studies, methodology, data collection method, findings, analysis, and details of the results of the research, conclusion, wider implication of this research, and to suggest further research, and then reference, a list of primary and secondary resources used. Okay, the research paper will follow the exact format, this exact format. But journal articles, they don't follow this format. Sometimes they combine introduction and literature together. Sometimes they call methodology method. So sometimes you will see, oh, introduction, but there's no literature. It doesn't label literature review. Then you should know that introduction, they combine introduction and literature together. And then sometimes they don't call it findings, they call it results. And then sometimes you don't see conclusion, but you see discussion. So journal articles will have a variety of different format or form. But research papers, they follow and stick to this format. Okay, so journal articles, and then you read, hey, teacher, how come got no literature review? Teacher, no conclusion. It's not that they don't have, but they change the form a little bit. But whatever that is supposed to be there is all there. Okay? Okay?